Getting your grievance heard. Who can file a grievance? Any individual employee or group of employees who have a legitimate complaint that the employer has violated the negotiated terms of the conditions under which you work. How do I file? You can obtain a contract grievance form in MapStoa. We normally use G2 or to and from, and write down your statement of facts of what happened, what you feel you was violated, such as a bulletin, a policy instruction, a memo, a policy letter or rule that you think was violated, and just give some small details, and then the division chair of the division will take that information and file the grievance. And what happens next? It gets filed within 5 days of receiving an answer from the department. If we disagree with management's position, we'll appeal a decision. We'll send once it's appealed, it'll get set up for step 2. Once we get the step 2 decision, if the step 2 decision is not favorable to the union, what we'll do is we'll send the step 2 over to grievance and discipline in our union hall, and we'll have them put it on the calendar for arbitration, and set up an arbitration calendar on the issues of the grievance. Some of the traps that you want to avoid when filing the grievance: you must file the grievance within 30 days of when the contract violation occurs, with the exception of their medical appeal grievances. Medical appeal grievances must be filed within 10 days of the max determination of your work status. Pay special attention to the timeline for filing grievances that is spelled out in the contract. Do not be late at any step of the grievance process to appeal an unfavorable decision. You don't want your grievance dismissed for untimely filing. If in doubt, grieve it. You can discontinue a grievance at any point in the process, but you can't afford to file untimely. Here we have a contract grievance. This is what the grievance form actually looks like. And you start off by writing union. And where it says union, you're going to write TWU, local 100. I'm going to be the union representative. In this case, Manhattan Division, it's going to be Donald Yates. All right, Donald Yates. And employee, we're just going to call the employee Jane Doe. I'm going to put her as a title as a bus operator. Bus operator. And we're going to say department. We're going to say MapStoa. All right. We're going to put the pass number as M12345. And then the employee's mailing address, 123 Anywhere Street, Jamaica, New York 11111. And then you're going to sign the grievance form. In certain cases, the union rep, when filing a grievance for the member, will sign the grievance form, and You put the telephone number. I always use the telephone number of the Union Hall, which is 212-873-6000. And then we write the rule or the resolution the authority violated. Now, oftentimes, let's just say that you feel you were shorted, and I'm gonna use something very simple. We're gonna write a grievance for short pay, right? Let's say that you got a grievance where you was paid 7 hours for your pay, and then you're gonna go to the contract and you're gonna open up the contract, which I will do for you right now, and you're gonna file the contract grievance based on what your rate of pay is guaranteed under the collective bargaining agreement. So let me switch here to the collective bargaining agreement, and we're gonna go to section. I'm gonna look for 5.1, and that's just assuming that the member is from the Department of Buses. The members from the Department of Buses, we're gonna file the grievance as a bus operator. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to find the proper contract, the proper page, which will be page 175, section 5.1, which is the TA surface transportation. And then it talks about a regular operator, and you find the clause of the contract where the basic work day for operator is 8 hours. All operators are ordered to and report for duty on any day shall be entitled to at least 8 hours pay. So if you get paid, let's say 7.5 hours, like I said, you're going to make a quote. You're going to find the section of the contract, which happens to be section 5.1, and you're going to go down here to be 5.1B1, which is your hours of work. So in your contract form, it asks you to cite the contract section, write the rule or resolution the contract violated, and you're going to write the contract including but not limited to section 5.1 B1. This is your hours of work. Okay? After that, you're going to write a basic statement of what happened. And you can start your grievance such as on November 21, 2017. I worked 22 on the M4. I reported on time and did reported on time and did run. Did run. And you're basically, you can write something short like that. You reported on time and did run, and then you could follow it up with some type of proof that what you did, and then at the end, and I'm just giving you an example. I mean, there's many other ways you can write a full statement of facts, but the remedy sought is to, we always write, the remedy sought is to cease and desist, and to cease and to desist, and to make whole in all ways, always possible. And then once we finish writing the grievance, of course you got to put the date on. So let's say I decide to put today's date, right? And then I take it up to labor relations, and there's a signature here for labor relations or the department head. In this division, we take it to labor relations. Labor relations has to give its signature right here. Right, and you should get a copy of it, and then we should be having a step 1 hearing on this issue formally in about 30 days, or we could have informal discussions and maybe work to resolve the grievance. So I mean, the best grievance is the one that doesn't actually go forward, and that's my small tutorial on this. If you have any questions, it's very basic on what I've shown you guys. But if you have any questions on how to file a grievance, feel free to hit me up on my channel at Union Rep 100 with Donald Yates, and I'll be more than happy to share my experiences with you. I believe that I'm a pretty damn good grievance writer, and I've won plenty of grievances, which in my company and the transit and New York City Transit, they don't really like, because once you file grievances and you get decisions on grievances from an arbitrator. And let me not forget to show you how to, I'm glad I brought that up. I don't want to forget to show you. Once this process happens, there's a decision that comes from management. So there's a written decision. They give you a written decision telling you your grievances might be denied for whatever reason. So we'll appeal that decision. We'll take that decision, and then we got to wait for step 2. Step 2 hearing goes in front of a hearing officer. Once we get a hearing officer to hear it, we'll still wait for a decision, and that decision is within 25 days. Once we get that decision and it goes against the union, then we take that decision and appeal it to arbitration. We take the step 2 decision and we send it over to our grievance and discipline department, in which point in time the grievance and discipline department will ask to have it put on a hearing calendar for a contractual hearing on the issue.